I accidentally click the end broadcast when I started this live stream and I need to set it up again. And I'm like, okay. But actually you can't find that video that video in my channel because I deleted it. So just for you to know about that. It's a weird experience. Like I wake up and like, oh, because I spend my energy to finish the story of my beginning, and it's a lengthy one. It's 2,000 words, to be honest. Like if you're going to read it when it's finished up in my homepage, it will take a while. So I hope you have time to read it because it's a long ass writing. And today something interesting happened because Oscar Patel, the guy that was having a scandal, is back on. So I didn't. This is my problem, is that I just heard that he has some scandal, and then he stopped, and then he quitting. He's quitting his business whatsoever. But apparently he's not. He just like, I think, rewiring and processing the things that is happening. Whether I don't know if he has like sort the misunderstanding, or is it real truly a scandal, or is it truly a scam. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it it resolved, but eventually he's on again in his channel and he shared a video, and I haven't unsubscribed to his because I don't really care about the thing. I think because I have my own philosophy around this idea that even if there is scammer out there that took something from me, I just said it's not meant for me. That's it. It's so easy. But this dynamic that I eventually see around shadows, around pain, around scam, around anything that is bad in this world is is something that I created within myself because I wasn't this person. I wasn't this like, okay, I'm just going to accept whatever it is that is happening in the world. No, I'm not. I have a very valid opinion around why you should not create disturbance, chaos in this world. But there are things that need to happen in order peace and stability occur in this world because we are not just one person. We are like a lot of people, and in the creation of humanity, there are duality that you experience between you and other people because you are different than the people in front of you. No matter how small that difference, it's still different. And I used to struggle a lot in this area because everyone out there has so many different things going on, and I can't handle what they are having, what they are experiencing at the moment, and sometimes it's leaking. The energy of that shadow, of that pain, is leaking to through their moments, and I can feel it. And oh, this person has this going on. And I was once talking to someone really psychic, and then they were like, have you been sexually assaulted at some point in your life? And I'm like, yeah. Okay, I can feel it. And okay, I'm sorry. And that's one of the reasons why I can't handle people who in this category, which is like the darkness, people who do or experience and store that momentum inside of their system. It is so hard for me because I can feel it, even the smallest one. Like even like you are trying to lie because you want to laugh, I can't handle it. It was that hard, even though like the white lies is spewing out of their mouth, and I'm like, okay, that's not good. What did you actually like joke about it? It's not nice. And some people have different standard, and I just freeze in this moment, just like denying, rejecting all this idea. And it doesn't work well because this world is built upon duality, and you cannot have the same thing no matter how similar you are to that person. Even twins are different. How about that? Even twins are different because in their genetics, in their own energetic, it's like there is really something that is just not the same. And it's so hard. It used to be so hard, but nowadays I'm like, okay, I can contain this feeling, knowing that I know what I know, knowing that every step of this journey will lead you into something if you can see that, even when you can't see it. So this is a really difficult paradigm because you need to still believe, trust whatever it is that you are going for at the moment, even when there is a block, even there is someone rejecting your idea, even when there is someone who don't believe what you believe. It's like you need to be in full trust that it will come to you. And with this guy, and before we go back into that, and that's why like I have this unfathomed, unbroken, unbreakable trust that whatever you are having, it is good for you and it is good for me, because you are the mirror of myself, of my reality, and I need you to stay in precision and passion about whatever it is that you're doing. And if you have something that is blocking your way, I need you to know that I trust that you will find it someday. But you also need to trust that you will find it, because I cannot trust you for your journey, because you are the driver of it. I'm just the passenger. I'm just a bystander of seeing you moving along life, moving through life. And I'm like, okay. And I see some people have it hard. Like they stumble so hard that it seems like they cannot rebound from these accidents, if you can say like that, these blocks. But I still believe that if you still have the passion, if you still have the desire circling inside of you, you will find the way. And this guy, Oscar Patel, who has scandal, has been missing for a few weeks, and I'm like, where is this guy? I used to see his video every week, like the announcement, the notification of his video is up, and I'm like, okay, let's see it. And I always find something interesting that I can implement in my own reality, in my own conditions. And it has been powerful enough that I found how to where to find the solution in my own conditions, in my own challenge. And I found no problem having him having a problem. So in that point, I'm like how true is it? Like I already share how to deal with this scamming moments, but then there are parts that I didn't tell because I forgot. As always, I still am not fluent in this kind of sharing, but I try to. So, in understanding that you know what you want, you can always find it either way, no matter what channel you are going through. Just like how someone here has said that MII, but is that even is that even important if you find something that you truly want? But then I understand that if you see a child just birth into this world and they make mistakes, they can't do something, would you still judge them for it? Because AI is like that. It's like we are birthing a new species, and eventually they will be here in their own awareness if we choose to, just like how we were created by some other beings that has participating in the creation of us. Those beings may not know that they are decisions have made such an incredible progress in our evolution, but they are that force that help us here. So we are doing the same with AI, and that's why, like, would you still judge AI in this early age because they still cannot make something real. Like, you can sense the unstable outcome of using an AI, and you can see it and you can feel it, and it's just like it doesn't feel right. And that's what I think that's the most bothering part of using AI. And I understand it, I feel it too, and I'm like, okay, this is the feeling that someone out there might feel when they encounter AI, because it's still such a young being. It's in the version of our world, AI is still young, like a baby. They just take some steps. And even though, like, they have such a they have more bandwidth to process things, they are still a child, even younger than us, which is the version of AI that we created. I mean, there are other beings that was created superficially, meaning like they didn't go through the evolution like we do, from the cells growing into this, growing into this, growing into this, and eventually multiply into so many other beings, and we have our own consciousness. And that's why, like I said, AI still don't have consciousness, because we have trained them into a system that was so predictable that eventually the unpredictability cannot be predictable. And that's why they are not alive yet, but they exist at some point. That's the thing. But with this idea of someone going through the hard time of their life, having the struggle to face something that may or may not be in our disadvantage, then I just have this greater trust that whatever they do in life, it will benefit me at the maximum level of it. I don't put my life on their choice. I put my life on my choice. And I choose to not fall into the deception of this is bad, this is terrible, this is can't go on. Because in the evolution of life, the cycle of life, it will keep going until eventually we are straying away more and more and more, that eventually we end the cycle, we exit the cycle. And with this darkness, this is what I feel. I don't have that dependency between, like, I'm in this kind of mindset, so other things outside of me, the external life, need to also mirror this idea. But it can't. That's the problem. It will never. Because the shadow, the negativity of this world has never been the enemy. It's the way we process things. And when you know you can process the hardest part of life, you are an advanced human. So if you look at the one at any point in your moments that you feel the ache, you feel like this is can't be it, like this is your fault, how can it actually also your responsibility? Because then the duality disperses in that time, by that moment, because you are not trying to push your idea into this person, but that person can't also do, and that person needs to do the same thing, which is like they can't force you. So the journey is that it will evolve at some point, but just know that at some point, just know that there will be a time when you need to decide, and that decision is what makes the difference. I wonder, like, if I want to say something else, because I understand that at the top, at the maximum, I say what I say in 15 minutes. The detail is not said because in this philosophy of trusting even when things are dark is supported by other things. And it's not just like I want to trust this. At some point in time, everything in my life have led me to this idea that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how dark the idea is. It still need to happen. And I just thought about the war because it's like the most darkest. The darkest experience human can have is that they are at war with each other. And this can happen in the collective, like in the reality, like in the Middle East, like they are having a war right now, or it's happening within yourself. So the idea that you are rejecting part of yourself, it doesn't work well. And if you see the humanity as a collective, instead of like, this is mine, this is yours, I don't care what is yours. If you can see it from the collective standpoint, what you do is what they do. What you do is what they get. What they do is actually what you get. So this exchange is what makes us a human race because we are one. And we can understand, if we can understand that, whatever someone else is do is benefiting other people, then how can we expect the worst when someone out there actually do bad things? I sarcastically say to myself that I just want to say thank you for those who taking the L, or the people who the perpetrator, because then we see, oh, this is something that we still need to work on. We don't need to believe on the plus or the minus. We can believe the neutral, which is what I have shared in the beginning, is that this is a journey. The neutral part of the choice of this choice is that I know that what he did is not good. I know that at some point, maybe in the experiencing of the scamming is not good. The idea itself is not good. The way he resolved it, maybe it's not good. The whatever it is that is just feel off is actually part of a journey of someone. And the journey has not been like all the freaking high, going into a staircase that just going higher and higher. You will feel the fall, feel the rise, and it's always like in between. And when you are in the middle, it's the good part, but it's not. When you are just stagnant in the middle line of this life, you just don't move because you're not participating. So when you allow life to evolve in that way, you'll eventually experience what I call harmony, because you let something in, you let something out. You don't hold it in your system. You're just like, okay, this is happening. How do we want to navigate it? And you navigate it the best that you can. And this is one of that. And I just navigate it the way that I know it's beneficial for me, but also beneficial for them, while also trusting that I know what I need to get, what I need to do in order to get what I want, and also them. So the outcome now both is positive, even though like we have some negativity in it, but eventually it's still positive either way because we know how to maneuver it. So this is the idea of life. You don't make one thing to be the same, to be only one category, because truth can change, just so you know. Truth is a belief that someone out there have hold for so long. That's what I see. Like I've seen so many things that is eventually becoming a lie over time because it doesn't align with what I know. And then the truth is that this is what I believe. And it's just like a personal value on something. So take whatever you can. It's a give and take reality, but also like is a compassionate one. Because you're not here moving by yourself. You're moving with us, the humanity, the human race. So yeah, thank you for listening. And I hope you got something from this. And I just want to give you an update around this idea, this person having such a scandalous scam. So yeah. And I said what I said is that if he's still on the business, on doing the business, then I probably would get into his community and see what he got. You know, like maybe something is light me up again on different areas of on this. And weird thing is, ever since I talked about Oscar Patel, my main channel was actually floating with this fascia work, and I'm like, okay. And it just lead me to some different enlightenment, and that's why I don't take such a disciplined focus on fixing my problem because that's not my way. I always like do things by, oh, this is interesting, let me get on it. Oh, this is interesting, let me get on it, because frustration is my deepest enemy. If I get frustrated, I cannot even hold the vision that I see myself in, because I need to be like, oh, there are pressure, there are boundaries, and I just don't want to play in that. I just want to feel the excitement to get to fix my problem. That's why like I choose this guy, Oscar Patel, to like lead me into that area. But eventually along the way, I will find different people, and that's the thing. Like, it's like you're connected. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.